Well, welcome to the grand finale of season 2. It's January 31st. My aim was to be 80% ready by the end of this month, and I think we're pretty well there in terms of the boat. I got Wahine's new furler on yesterday, and a new jib, the new main, which doesn't quite fit in the wind cover, so I'm going to have to take care of that. So it's full steam ahead to being ready to leave here in 2 or 3 weeks' time for my shakedown cruise to Okinawa, and then back to Tokyo area, where I changed the registration to Canadian in April, May, and head to Canada in June. So it's been an intense month, a dramatic year for all of us. We've all had to pivot and make changes. Mine has been to move my voyage to Canada up by 2 or 3 years to 2021. And I think I've met my goal of having the boat 80% ready. And yesterday's cruise with the new jib only and the new furler was sweet. The furler was so easy to handle. And we clipped along about 5 to 7 knots in moderate winds, and the boat was perfectly balanced. Wahine loved it. I gave Scully 2 a rest yesterday, just because I want to get a feel of the helm and how the boat behaved. So the big question is, will I be able to leave in February? Because Corona now is rearing its head again, and the government's talking about extending the state of emergency. There's some island protectionism coming in by some of the Japanese islands. And I put my back out yesterday, taking the old sail off and dragging it up to flake it and wrap it up. And I've got the certification issue yet to deal with. I think I have a roadmap, but it's been busy and still some hurdles to overcome. But this is it, grand finale of season 2. Enjoy, everybody. Hi, I'm Lowell, and this is Pacific Solo. I'm preparing for the greatest challenge of my life, to sail solo across the North Pacific from Tokyo to Vancouver in June 2021. My journey will take me to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and to the point farthest from land in any direction, a set of coordinates I call Nemo North. From there, I will turn towards Canada to reunite with my 92-year-old mother. And I want to take you on this voyage with me via this channel. So join me on this Pacific Solo expedition. I'm at the visitor's dock at the moment because I thought the further guy was coming today, and I'm a week out. He's actually coming next week. But he's coming to check all the rigging and replace this sea furl with a new furler. I'll tell you more about that in due course, and a new forestay, and also the 2 new sails. So that's what we're up to on practice on the boat. But on top of that, there's also the issue of this boat being certified to go offshore. I am going to change the registration to a Canadian registration, but at the moment I can't go beyond 5 nautical miles offshore outside of Tokyo Bay. I can get a permit that allows me to go to Okinawa, but that keeps me within 20 nautical miles, and I still do not have clarity about when I transfer the Canadian registration. There's customs issues. I have to be respectful of all of those practices. I need to be respectful of all the requirements of customs, and I know what I have to do on the Canadian side. I was at the lawyers yesterday, so my company actually sold this boat yesterday. I became the new owner, and that's to satisfy the Canadian requirements. So lots and lots and lots going on. Really appreciative of my supporters, crew, and Robin, patron, who's here a lot. He's holding the camera now. David LaHeist, patron, and he's working away down below. And so stay tuned. And I don't know whether I'm going to be able to accomplish everything I need to accomplish to be 80% ready by the end of this month, but working hard. So let's go back and see what's in the box, because that's part of getting ready. I have a friend, Morris Itty, who's a skipper in Europe, and he does training in passage making. And a few months ago, he told me I should check out this item, because it does knock a number of items off the list as an extra form of communication. And this is a partially sponsored by Satcom Global. And here, I'm opening this for the first time. There's a nice note inside. Dear Lowell son, please find the enclosed Iridium phone. It's a 9575. If you have any question, please let me know. It is very nice to know you and your project. I'm wishing it will go well. Good luck, Miho. Thank you, Miho from Satcom Global. And I've got instructions there, but here it is. It's an Iridium Extreme 9575, and it accesses the Iridium satellite network. And so literally, there's no place on Earth that this phone will not work. It's jet spray proof. I'm not sure what that means entirely, versus being just plain waterproof. It's dust proof. I can do SMS text messages on it. Family and friends can track me because there's GPS on it, and it's got an emergency button at the top that if I press it, word goes out instantly to whoever I've designated be the recipient number of my whereabouts and that I'm in distress. And so I will have a VHF radio as well, DSC radio. I'll have an EPIRB of other systems, but this is top of the class Iridium sat phone. I've used sat phones in my work with Hope, and this I think is going to be a lot smaller than any sat phone I've had before. There it is. Sweet. Now that's the smallest satellite phone I've ever had in my hand. Wow. Satellite, real global, real mobile, real reliable. It's voice, MSS, GPS position, emergency button, online tracking, data tethering. Ah, okay. Jet water resistant, shock resistant, and dust proof. So thank you, Morris, for the tip. Thank you, Mio at Satcom Global, for your support. And ready to go.
Material slides.
Goodbye with a little help from my friends. Okay, getting all ready to cut the sunbrella. Got weights to hold cleat surface down. Scissors, measuring tape, chalk. And this is the oyster sunbrella. Here, I'm gonna cut right down the middle to 2 halves. So, do it. Well, I'm working on some umbrella stuff today, and have Tony's Sailrite sewing machine. He gave me a quick demonstration, and thought I was doing really well. You know, it's a stitch. It's not perfect stitch, but I thought, okay, it's, you know, kind of practice. And I looked over the other side. Oh man. Oh, my mother would be so depressed if she saw that. And my grandmother. And my sister-in-law Tracy also sews. It's a windy day at the marina. I'm reinforcing the Dodger and connecting it to the Bimini, cutting the stainless steel. So I've been so busy with so many things. I'm preparing the wind guard, cutting the sunbrella. I've strengthened the Dodger and Mimini, getting ready for solar panels. I've had meetings with solar panel company people, but most of my time has been spent on electrics.
So we used the continuity tester. We had a cord back here by the batteries. Don't know what it's blanked off by the previous owner. So we just did a continuity test and found out that it was just connected to the main bus over here. So I think it's from the old batteries, but it's marine grade. It's quite high amperage. So I would say for the lithium batteries, we can maybe save ourselves a little bit of trouble by using this as the lithium batteries. But I would like to propose putting a second kill switch on this, so that you can kill the lithium batteries separately from your lead acid batteries.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, and by the way, what's your name and what are you doing here?
I'm David LaHeist, and I usually teach at universities, but I'm in a little bit of a break here, so I'm using what little DIY knowledge I know to try to help Lowell get safely across the pond.
Okay, and you and Wahine are old friends.
Yes, I came with a boat. I was helping out the old previous owner, but he was also helping me out. It was my introduction to sailing on a vessel of this size. So I'm very, very grateful to him, and I'm grateful to Wahine, and I'm of course grateful to Lowell.
Great.
For allowing me to be a part of this project.
Well, thank you, and a shout out to Marcus, the previous owner.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing us together, the three of us.
Seems like it's still too long. Little copper hook kind of holds it on there. There you go. All right. This is a mystery wire. It's got the standard power stuff to it. So it might be the old shore power cable, or it might be a second shore power cable. I don't know. It looks as old as the boat, though.
Nice looking new bus.
Yeah, new bus. This is the AC bus. This is all DC, and this is the old inverter, right? So this is the plus and minus from the old inverter. Which, when we get a new inverter, we might end up using these wires again. So I've just left them where they're at. But likely that these plus and minus from the inverter, it just makes sense to connect them up here to the other side of this bus, right? So, you know, we've got the supply lines from shore power on this side, the supply lines from the inverter on this side. Just makes it super simple and easy to understand. For me, I wanted to have everything lined up and super simple, and before we had all kinds of weird stuff going on here where it was connecting here and then this was connected up here and then this is like, it was just hard to figure out. So here's a piece of marine wire. You can see, look at how loose the sheath is around it, right? And then this is copper. You can see the nice copper color, but when you strip it, look at how every single strand is tinned. Every single strand is prevented from corrosion, you know, so that tinning on the outside. Now here's a piece of household wire. Let's just strip off a little bit of this household wire that was in Wahine before. Does that look like good copper to you? Hell no, that is not good copper. It's not shiny whatsoever. So this is just ruined, right? Let's try stripping the other side. Maybe the other side You know, none of this wire was ever in salt water. This is just salty air. Oh, here we go. The other side looks all right. This is what it should look like, right? So yeah, the tinning works. The tinning matters. And also, of course, you want multi-strand, because single strand, that kind of stuff that you have in your house, it's just like one big thick strand, has no flexibility. And a boat's rocking around, you're gonna have the wire moving around a little bit. You don't want to have that cause a little break, because when a single strand breaks, it all breaks. You know, it's multi-strand just has that flexibility you need for your boat. Get marine wire. Marine wire.
Lithium batteries and the inverter have arrived. So early morning, January 28th, heading to the visitors dock to get the new furler installed and the new sails, i.e. hide sails with the help of Yukon Marine and Tenora-san, the installer. I learned the lesson leaving the dock this morning. Left the dock solo so many times now, but I must go through the checklist. And I missed one this morning. I'd done all the lines, got the boat prepped, ready to go. And I was walking the boat off the dock, and the bow kept on veering towards a neighbor's boat and wouldn't go any further. What is going on? Wind? See it? Is it in gear? Well, silly mistake. I had done all the lines, except the starboard bow mooring line. Still learning. This is going to be a great day. She gets her new clothes. This is the mainsail. I've taken the old mainsail off. It's actually a pretty good neck, so I've got a spare mainsail that still fits, no adjustments needed. But yeah, I'm pleased to be getting this new gear and the new jib with its proper color weather cover. I'm happy today. We're inserting the battens and fastening them and adjusting the tension. Well made.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hyde. Thank you, Yukon Marine. My new 110% jib. Before I had 150% Genoa. Already faster. We've only got the jib up alone, up with the new furler, and we've been as high as 7 knots already. I have no idea what the apparent wind is. My wind meter's not working. But she's sweet. Ready to go. So I'm out soloing. I've got the nice crew over behind me there. And first time I've sailed with the mainsail up. I've got a problem with the reefing lines at the front. I've got to fix that. The furler and jib was just sweet. So I've got 3 knots of wind, and I'm probably going along at 2 knots. So, not bad. Well, that was a great sail. With the new jib, and now the beat goes on. I'm just here going through stuff, going through the materials for the new Furlex to understand a little bit better. I've got to order a life raft. That continues to be a bit of a bugbear for me as to how I'm going to resolve that issue. I need a life raft for going out beyond 20 nautical miles, going to Okinawa in a few weeks' time. So, and then I have to sort out the certification process yet. Still unresolved, so I'm not sure I'm going to make it out of Tokyo Bay in February. I know I have to leave this marina. My contract is up, so I will be relocating the boat someplace, but I'm not sure how it's going to work out. Islands are beginning to show concern about people from Tokyo coming. My plan would be to get a test before I leave so that I can show that to the authorities when I arrive in Okinawa and Mami, Oshima, and other places. But meanwhile, I've got lots to do. I've also got to get my Iridium Extreme all simmed up. I've got materials for solar panels, a controller to put in. I've got my lithium batteries, an inverter, still the sewing machine here, and it's all good. And I want to give just a shout out to my sponsors who have joined. Green Rock Hemp Holdings LLC, who have joined UFC GYM, has a premium sponsor, and they'll be on the sales. I want to welcome Versa and Food Saver, who've joined Tokyo Supercars as a Tier 1 sponsor. And I want to welcome Merlin Solar, who have really come through with me and have joined Dormeo as a Tier 2 sponsor. And you're all making this possible. And then there's the partial sponsorship in other areas, which I'll mention more later. But here it is, end of episode, the end of the grand finale episode of season 2. I'm likely going to just put up some updates the next few Fridays and launch season 3 once I'm underway to Okinawa and show that footage. So thank you everybody for watching season 2. Thank you to all my Kickstarter backers who have helped make season 2 possible, along with my patrons and all my sponsors. It's Pacific Solo, but I couldn't have got this far without the help of many people. So thank you, everybody. And take care and watch this space. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to support me and the Pacific Solo Expedition, please subscribe to the channel and like and share and comment on the episodes. You can head over to my Facebook page or the Pacific Solo website for regular updates. And you can find a wide selection of original Pacific Solo and Nemo North products on my store. Everything from enamel mugs and neck gaiters to t-shirts and hoodies. Pick up some merchandise for yourself or a gift for that somebody special. Every purchase goes to support Pacific Solo and to create educational materials for the Great Pacific Learning Project and my partnership with schools, which will help raise awareness and bring information to students about the importance of protecting our oceans. Take care, everybody.